up?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, we're live?
We're live. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Your
No.
mic is up.
No one can hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Oh, well, holy shit. We have everything ready on the first shot. That's amazing.
What do we win?
You win. You win a bottle of J-Pop.
I forfeit.
This is peach flavored J-Pop. It's a malt beverage from Japan, where they love their J-Pop.
I'll
It
drink
also no. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You drink one sip of this, and you go, "Oh, you know what? That's not so." And then you drink another sip, and suddenly, well, that's not nearly as good.
That's how
You
it
keep
is with
drinking
most
it. Yeah, and it just gets worse and worse and worse as you drink it. And after a while, you start to just accept that this is where your life is. You're drinking novelty malt beverage, and that's really sad. So,
That's really
but hey,
gross.
it is. But hey, enough about my my plights in alcoholism. Real quick, let's say hello to who joined us for this really quite literally last minute show that we just threw together because we're quarantined, we can't leave. So okay, hi first. Let's see. Here we go. So first, pardon me while I figure out the controls. Okay, look, there's dementia.
Social distancing. Keep your dirty ass away from me.
That's right. Stay away. And we also have a visitor who we see about once a year.
Hey!
Boris is here.
My cousin Boris.
Yay!
I'll block my face with my hand.
Sanitize.
Yes.
There we go. That's keep things clean. That's important. That's very important.
Wow. I like that monkey.
So, and we also have Freaky Attractions joining us in the chat room right now, or we did a minute ago. So, hi. Oops, sorry. I don't want to just look at me. That's not pleasant for anyone. It's okay. Anyway, so for anyone who joins us throughout the evening, just want to basically say, we're all kind of stuck in the same situation. Most of us who are law citizens and who want to not corrupt the world further with the boogie germs. So cooties are bad. It's the worst game of cooties ever, man.
Yep. Only seen that meme 5 times so far.
You know what? Fuck you. That was I came up with that right now.
Okay.
That was my idea.
Okay.
So, like I said, we're just going to kill some time tonight. Babble about whatever the hell we have. If anyone wants to pop in and join us, buy a few links to some people. And, you know what? Let's the question that's on everybody's minds. We're all stuck at home. We've got this little thing called a coronavirus. It looks like it's not going away for a while. Do we think spooky is still happening? I mean, the end of May, but what's the general thoughts at the moment?
Honestly, I think, PD is going to fight tooth and nail to make sure this happens. And if it doesn't, I guarantee a bunch of the dumbasses out there are going to get together and have some sort of impromptu spooky anyway, because what else are we going to do? This is what we do.
Boris, any thoughts yourself?
Yeah, I don't know if spooky's good, but yeah, same sentiment. Yeah, I think spooky's probably not going to happen, but people are probably still going to try to go there. Yeah, I don't know if the Wyndham's going to be open.
Anyway.
They might trespass at the Wyndham.
You know what? That would show a serious level of commitment if people have just said, Wyndham's not even open and they still show up.
Everyone has doctor costumes.
here's the thing. People have gotten Petey's face tattooed on them. Okay? I think showing up at the Wyndham is pretty much a given at this point.
Probably. Oh, you know what? That reminds me real quick. Before we step any further, just for anyone who might be watching, who was also stuck at home this evening, a quick reminder, if you don't actually know anything about this, perhaps your cousin Bobby Joe sent you this link, and he just wants you to know that about Spooky Empire. The usual disclaimer, we are not actual Spooky Empire related whatsoever. We're just a fan cast. We are really nothing at all. We're just people who like to talk about Spooky Empire. That's it. We also use dirty language, so that's, some people don't like that as well.
And if you get offended by anything, talk to us. Don't go to fucking Petey and Gina because too many people do that, and fuck you.
Whoa.
What?
Just a noise, that's all. So
What's in my headset?
It could be. That's okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that it's the best possible time they could have, had the show scheduled. I mean, I'm sure everyone is just, bouncing up and down their chairs that we didn't have a March show this year, because that would have been, DOA. But this is, it's a good, if people, I think, kind of, excuse me, folks, the J-pop tastes just as good coming back up.
See, you're doing it wrong, right?
What?
You're doing it wrong.
Hmm?
You're drinking.
I am?
Yeah, because, okay, first of all, Mike and Sabrina, who are supposed to be with us tonight, but I think they got, picked up doing a drive-by or something. I don't know. But, yeah, he's out licking door handles. I don't know. But he showed us a thing that, someone's got to try it. And, Rob, I don't know if you have beer in the house at all, but it's a thing now to put a pickle in beer and drink it. And apparently, according to Mike Packlin, who likes Natty Ice, he says it's actually pretty good. Take that as you may.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all.
I do like pickles.
But pickles in beer.
I'm not a big beer guy.
You have to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a beer guy, so it might make it taste better.
Ugh. It can't make Bud Light taste any worse.
I suppose that's all true, but I don't know. I suppose out there's a guy. This is you want to put a dill pickle in an IPA. Maybe you want to put a bread and butter pickle in a stout. I don't know how that works at all. I can't even begin to imagine. So, all right. Well, you know what? So again, we're going to chat about Spooky all the same. You know what? Hey, if it happens, guess what? It's still just over 2 months away at this point, or less than 2 months away at this point. So
yeah,
you know what? Let's do what we would normally do in this fine little occasion. Let's talk about who's going to be there, because we haven't really covered that. I think we covered the first handful of guests, but let's go through the list, shall we?
As far as getting shit together.
So let's hold on. You know what? In no particular order. Jackie Earle Haley. Do we all know Jackie Earle?
The new Freddy. Blah blah blah.
Here's the thing. That's actually the least of things that he has done. I mean, this guy was Kelly in the original Bad News Bears.
Okay.
He actually had probably one of the greatest scenes in the Will Ferrell minor league basketball opus Semi-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Anyone remember? Oh, he's in that for just a second. He was in he was in Narcos Mexico season 1. He was really good there. And I think his biggest credit lately would have actually been in Rorschach shot in what was the.
He's in a couple things. I actually saw a movie with him last night. Well, it was his voice. Have you seen that Battle Angel Alita movie? That's based on the anime.
I have not,
but
I have had J-pop, which is kind of based on anime.
You're halfway there.
Nice segue there.
And wasn't he also the bad guy in that bad RoboCop remake?
I don't know anyone who saw that, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I admit the Jackie Earl Haley train. I am very, very ignorant in it. Sorry.
He's like I said, he's actually done a lot of really, really cool movies. And for some reason, Spooky Site is organized in a way that I can't actually find where guests are announced.
Well, we got Carl Weathers.
We have Carl.
And that's actually pretty cool since he canceled I think it was like the only cancellation last time around. So it's good that he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see a new face that Spooky hasn't seen before. So between Apollo and Predator and
well, no, everyone would be excited about right now, in particular for the Mandalorian.
yes,
You know, people went nuts with the Mandalorian. So
yeah,
and he was quite good in that. Although I will always be more of a Happy Gilmore fan of his.
you would be.
Screw you. That's a good movie.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. We have the cast of the Reanimator. That's going to be there. Any Reanimator fans? Any Reanimator fans in the chat room?
I was gonna say, yep, that's Boris.
Okay, but so yeah, that's going to be. Let's see. Bruce Abbott, who was on the Andrew Dice Clay and Victoria Jackson film Casual Sex? ?
Oh dear God.
It was one of those movies that was like on HBO, like rotation constantly back in. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know it's as good as anything can be. Barbara Crampton, she was in Lords of Salem, Chopping Mall, and of course Jeffrey Combs, who has he been at the show before?
I think so.
Once.
I thought so too. So yeah, we've got him, and that'll be a darn tootin' good time.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, our friend Greg went and met him, and he said he was everything he thought he would be. Super, super nice guy. So if you're a fan of Reanimator, especially now that Stuart Gordon has passed away, you know, definitely.
Okay, we've got, and then Miss Dementia, we'll let you chat about these lovely ladies, but the Soska sisters.
You mean my best friends?
Your BFFs.
Yes, we're like this. You know what? Joe Pug and John Mills can clarify that. You know, they can verify. But no, I mean, they just recently did Rabid, which was originally David Cronenberg film. That was fucking fantastic. I mean, they're always doing something. And anyone who's met them before, they've been to the show once, and they are super, super sweet, super excited. And they're big horror fans themselves. So if there's anyone you want to horror geek out with, it's them. It really is a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal.
I think so. Let's see. So who else do we have? We have, let's go to talk about the most recent announcement. Dylan McDermott.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Harriet's not with us, because I know Harriet's basically shitting her pants over this one. Because, yeah, American Horror Story, she's all about American Horror Story.
Well, it's Saturday night. Harriet's out whoring the streets. So,
that's true.
It's just part of the schedule. Okay, so yeah, Dylan McDermott, that's a neat thing. I know a lot of people are excited about him.
And he's pretty.
Is he still pretty? I don't even know. Okay, well, that's something. Let's see who we have here. We have, yes. We actually have kind of a 1-2 punch. We have both of the child Dannys from Dr. Sleep, which was Roger Dale Floyd, and then the original Danny, who
Danny Lloyd.
Danny Lloyd, yes, thank you, Danny Lloyd. So he's from The Shining. So it's going to be a Shining-tacular, or at least Dr. Sleep-tacular show for anyone who is big into either of those.
Well, I will say this. I mean, if you're a fan of The Shining or a Stephen King fan at all, I would really suggest getting the photo op with the two Dannys. And I will say, if someone doesn't bring a big wheel, then what the fuck are you even doing? There needs to be a big wheel.
Boris, give me a quick movie. Okay, so That's okay. So we have at least one Shining fan. And Al Rocks 1323. Hi, Al.
Hi, Al.
Hi, Al. Real quick movie review, Boris. Doctor Sleep. I haven't seen it yet. It's
either. I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
okay. Well, that's just
I heard good things though.
Yeah.
I know that's pretty much what I've heard as well. Nothing bad. All right, Dan, we'll give you this one as well because this is one I think probably you're most excited for. Dennis O'Hare.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You want to talk? I mean, just right off the top of the bat. I mean, we want to talk about Liz Taylor. You know, the transgender character that he did, and it's probably one of the first in TV history, especially in this stream. American Horror Story Hotel, which is season 5, I think it was. Incredible character, and I love that, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree that for the trans community, he played it so beautifully, a multi-layered character as opposed to just a caricature or a parody, you know. So, and that's just gives you a that's just a bit of his acting chops. I mean, you know, American Horror Story, True Blood, you know, even all the off-Broadway work that he's done. The guy is super charismatic, and I, for one, am incredibly excited to meet him. That's my number one right there.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
let me ask this because I know he's been in a lot of the American Horror Stories. I'm not sure how many. I did see Freak Show. He was quite good in that. Very slimy. He didn't even want to look at him, or just kind of oozed slime. And I guess Hotel is where he was Liz Claiborne or Liz Taylor.
Yes.
Okay. Were there any other seasons where he had a notable performance?
Technically, if you want to talk Murder House, he was the guy that was originally married to Jessica Lange's character. He had the side of his face was all burnt. He figured in pretty majorly in the first season. I don't think he was in Asylum that I can recall. He might have been in Coven, but I don't remember that. So they all kind of run together after a while. So.
Well, I'll tell you, not to interrupt real quick, but I've still been drinking J-Pop.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I must tell you, the more I drink, the more I like it. I'm a little bit ashamed because last time I don't even think I made it past 3 sips before I poured it out, but this time it's good.
You know, the man says he's not a masochist.
I don't know. Okay, so back to the guests. Thank you. Back to the guests. Wait, hold on. We had another hello. Good vibes from L76DH. Thank you.
Yay.
Good vibes. Also from Dr. Sleep, KK and Sadie Heim. I guess they were the twin girls. So you know we've got them. We do seem to have a lot of children at this show. So watch your language, everybody. There are kids at this show who are signing autographs. So don't say fuck.
Fuck them.
No, stop that. We won't have that.
Fuck them. That's illegal.
That's really illegal.
Gross and very gross.
So I think that with Dylan and we've mentioned Dylan McDermott, I think that sums up all the guests announced. PD has said that there are more waiting, but they're also kind of in that limbo situation right now, so they don't know whether to announce them or just hold off to see what happens. So if things look like this little, if we're allowed to, go back to our lives and live them like we used to, back in the good old days that we called February, if we can go back to that, then we're going to see a rush of guests show up, I would think.
I bet they got Tom Hanks.
Who?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, I've heard of him. I've heard of Tom Hanks.
Yeah, just wear one of these and you'll be good.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because he's... Although, you know what? Here's the thing. If Tom Hanks does show up, you can cough on him all you want because he's already had it.
That's true. He's immune.
He's... Hopefully. So... There we go. So let's see. One other thing that's really something to mention that Spooky has done that's very nice is if you haven't been on their Facebook page recently, they put out a post to let all the vendors, people who've sold their wares before it's spooky, have online shops, Etsy's, their own stores, whatever. They asked them to share their links to their stores. So a lot of people are getting kind of hurt a little bit with the cash flow because you can't go out, can't go to conventions to sell stuff. You can't have people come into your storefronts if that's what you do.
Bye-bye, Micron.
Yeah, so to help out people who've been show selling stuff before. So again, if you like your Luna Moon Gothic, if you like your coffee shop of horrors, your sideshow sauces, any of the other vendors out there, go to that page. Go
the artists.
Yeah, go support people.
Mark Hadley.
Give them some of your
Drex9 Studios. There's so many of them.
Give them some of your cheddar.
It's interesting. I actually read that there's a thing where you can actually, like the bartenders and such, you can actually tip them online. Help them out. Just throw a couple bucks, so that's actually a really good idea.
That's
like
cool.
Jen Belak, for example. I know she bartends a number of places and she's always at Spooky.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just throwing a couple bucks her way just as a tip.
Yeah, it was interesting. They say, like, every time you pour yourself a drink, tip a bartender, and there's like a little names or bars you frequent. So, yeah, and please don't do that. By the way, I did see a party in our neighborhood this evening.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, we had. I saw two gentlemen with lawn chairs and a 12-pack of Busch beer. So it's wrong on two levels right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So.
All right. You know what? I'm going to be the odd person out here for a second and just say point blank that I kind of hope that this kind of a Darwin sort of thing is going on and the plague kind of, levels things out a bit and just gets rid of some of the idiots because Lord knows we got way too many of them.
The idiots are the ones that are going to survive, and it's going to be the other.
My God. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh, God, this is hell.
Maybe that's how idiocracy actually happened. There was a plague. All the dumb people survived, and
he's right.
All the smart people were busy trying to cure and help other people, and other people. Maybe Mountain Dew is the cure for everything.
Oh God, I'm gonna go cry.
It's got electrolytes.
That's brave.
Okay, so let's see what other spooky news is going on. They have had their ticket sales. I suspect there will be another big sale once our future is known a little bit better. So, keep your eyes open on the webpage. And, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but tonight I've been drinking J-Pop.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's, this is, Japanese malt beverage, peach flavor.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what? Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm talking to the party down the street. Not, yeah, that's what I'm, yeah.
Okay.
But actually, if I may, there's a topic I would like to bring up. Actually, I would be curious to know what spooky people are doing or could be doing or would like to be doing during this quarantine. Horror movies, for example, that are and I know everybody's watching Joe Exotic right now. The Tiger King. Which is fucking train wreck. I swear to God, if that's who I want at Spooky, I want Joe Exotic at Spooky. I'm saying it right now. Joe Exotic for Spooky. But I would, really like to know what everybody's watching, suggestions as far as good horror stuff to binge, this time around. Because Lord knows we're in the middle of a horror movie right now. And I'm just waiting for someone to drive by the house with The Purge playing, Which I'm waiting on The Purge.
It's any day now. Any day. Let's see. What am I watching? I think The Hunters, which I can't really say is a horror movie. That's on Amazon Prime. The starring Al Pacino playing a Jew.
Hooah!
He actually goes.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's a little inconsistent, but it's not a horror movie. So But if you're a stickler, or if you just like '70s stuff, I will say the surprise in Ted from How I Met Your Mother. I didn't realize it was him until like the 9th episode. I'm like, I know his voice. Why do I know his voice? I've never seen him before, but he's actually not nearly as whiny as he was in How I Met Your Mother. That, and I also recommend 13 Monkeys right now. So it's timely.
12 monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
12 monkeys.
13 was the sequel.
He likes to go one beyond.
I like to overachieve.
Exactly.
Boris, any movie stuck?
Well, I work from home, so nothing's really changed for me.
Yep. Isolation. Yep.
Playing a lot of Doom. I just finished The Outsider. That's a pretty cool show on HBO.
How is Doom? I mean, I've seen obviously nothing but good reviews for it, but let's get your
Did you play
thoughts. You played earlier.
Did you play the last new one?
I suck at it. I just got to be honest. I'm so bad at first-person shooters. I played, it's funny. I played Wolfenstein not too long ago. Some of the newer Wolfensteins, and I just had my ass handed to me, and I was just like, okay, I really was never that good at shooters, but man, this really drove home the fact that I suck ass.
Speaking of which, what was that video game that scared the shit out of you that you were constantly yelling?
The Evil Within. That was a good game. That was a good game.
You played the second one, right?
Both, yeah. Second one, I loved them both. I was actually very, very pleased with both games.
I'm very scared.
Yep. And Al Rocks is chiming in again today. The kids and us started our apocalypse garden.
Nice! I love that idea.
And you know what? By the time this is all lifted, your stuff will have been harvested twofold.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Okay, so.
But if I may make a suggestion as far as if you're going to be binging something, for those of you that are into serial killers like I am, the series on the Unabomber. Very, very fascinating stuff. If you're into like true crime stuff, Netflix has the Unabomber. It's like a 6-episode bit, but very impressive. Some of the better serial killer stuff I've seen, and a little bit off the beaten path as opposed to your usual serial killer stuff.
Okay, cool. And Boris, I cut you off a little bit on Doom.
Yeah, I like it. It's a lot. I think it's better than the last one. The only thing I don't like is there's a lot of like platform jumping, and I don't get it. I don't know why people love that. So I don't know who that plays first-person shooters wants to be like jumping around. Get it?
I can only assume it's. I don't know, to keep otherwise you're just running in a straight line and hiding behind walls.
And listen to the music and rock out.
Yeah. Good times. I just finished Super Metroid. I'm very proud of myself.
Nerd.
Shut up! You shut up.
Friggin' J-pop drinking jackass.
J-pop American. Oh, hey. Ooh.
That's something I'm curious about. But no, that's something I'm curious about. It's like when May comes around, let's say Spooky does happen. Do you think like a lot of the anime kids and non-horror fans are going to be showing up for this?
My thought is
convention.
Well, first of all, I don't think they will because first of all, I think a lot of people in that bracket perhaps are going to be pretty cash strapped. Some people are just barely getting by right now, or will be barely getting by come May. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think they're really going to invade Spooky because here's the other thing. There's actually a cosplay convention at the convention center that same weekend. So that whole group, they're still going to go over there, I think.
Yeah.
Good.
It's called cosplaycon.com, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Gory Marty 56 just said finished Lock and Key and Tiger King. You know what? Lock and Key has got to go back on the list. So, we'll watch that. The other thing is MegaCon has already been pushed back. For anyone who might be going to MegaCon and doesn't know this yet, here's a quick heads up. MegaCon has been pushed back to June, so we're not talking a huge wait between May and June. So, yeah, so we'll see how that all goes. So let's see. One last thing I wanted to bring up, and this was something that a few people are passing around now: Quarantino-ween.
Oh yeah.
People want to celebrate Halloween on March 31st from home. Any thoughts? Anyone want to think that's a cool idea? Interesting?
Okay, personally, and it's like I'm a big kid. I actually still go trick-or-treating on Halloween. So I would like to know how trick-or-treating will be affected by Quarantino-ween. I mean,
It's right before April Fools.
Hello,
Okay.
I'm here. Give me candy.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going with that.
Well, I think you're supposed to just do it inside your house. So maybe like you put people in their rooms, and then you knock on the bedroom doors and say, "Hello, trick or treat." I don't know.
Oh.
Hey, if anyone's excited or interested, let us know. Maybe we'll do another cast that night for it, and
I like that idea. We'll do a cast and we'll dress up.
we could do that. Robbie mentioned she was interested in that, so maybe we'll. There you go. Well, you
There
can
you
dress
go.
up like
Here's my
that.
costume.
That's a lovely costume.
It's very shiny,
Yes, it is.
very sparkly.
Okay, that's something. So yeah, March 31st, Quarantino-ween. It's going to be. I think the Halloween enthusiasts will be chatting it up on Twitter in the social medias.
If I understand correctly, they're doing a thing where it's like you decorate your house for Halloween, and that's kind of like because some people are putting up Christmas lights, to keep spirits up, and that's why people are talking about doing Halloween decorating, I guess. But here's the problem: it's like, what if your house is decorated like Halloween most of the year anyway?
Yeah.
Maybe you take it down.
No,
You make it normal.
no, oh, no!
Have a nice normal home.
Fuck you! No, that's bad.
Oh dear. All right. Well, let's see. Any closing remarks? We'll call it an early evening.
Well, I think if anything, I'm just curious now that we're in limbo here. Who everyone's favorite topic, the guest requests.
Yeah.
Especially around this time, and this is where I'm going to put mine forward. Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic. Oh dear God.
I want my picture with Joe Exotic.
Well, I would. You know what? I think Petey would go for that. I really do. He's that man is the spirit of rock and roll. Whether he plays in it, actually, he does. He does. He does sing, doesn't he? He does have an album.
He does sing.
He does.
It's on YouTube.
Oh my God! If he performed.
Oh wow.
Oh, I love it.
Well, what? Maybe he could bring tigers too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he is in prison right now, so.
Oh,
Might
is he
be a
really?
little hard.
He's in.
Did you not watch the series?
I haven't finished it yet.
Well, it
I'm on
starts out
episode
with
4.
them talking to him in prison.
Oh well, I saw
Spoilers?
other
No,
footage where
throughout the whole thing, they're talking to him over the phone.
the episode I jumped in the middle just for one episode, and they were interviewing him from. I guess they were old clips.
Yeah, the weird thing is he recorded every little thing he did. So
Oh, okay.
there's footage of him doing everything.
Maybe he could get a furlough.
Yeah.
It'd be work
to
duty.
get him out of jail.
Yeah, I know. We can get him. Start a hashtag.
You know what?
I'm down for this.
Look, Donald Trump has given people pardons for less.
This needs to happen.
Or he's given people pardons for worse. How about that? So
yeah,
that's what.
Yeah.
No, we need the Tiger King out of jail, and he needs to perform that song about what's her face murdering her husband. Like here, kitty. Yes.
Yeah.
Kitty.
That's beautiful.
Well, shoot, I did not know he's in jail. What about what's her name? Carolyn?
Oh, she's in Tampa, so yeah,
You could visit her, couldn't you?
I can.
You could just
Get
say,
an
"Hey,
interview.
you should come
She's
down."
probably pretty popular these days.
I bet she could sell her autograph for a nice price at Spooky Empire. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the thought. I'll send her an email. Might be all it takes. You never know.
Oh my god. So are we gonna see a Tiger King cosplay, do you think?
Oh, I don't even think that's open for debate. Hell, half the people at Spooky already kind of dress like him.
Exactly. Exactly.
It'll be one of those, are you intentionally dressing like him? or do you just have a mullet, sir?
I kind of want to see Eric Nilsson do it.
We don't really have that many mullets.
I kind of want to see Eric Nilsson do Tiger King, though.
That's what. With 3 from Hell, I think he's going to be in full on Otis mode. Yeah. But you know what? If he wants to switch things up, there's an idea.
Just something different, throw on a baseball cap and put on some eyeliner, and there you go.
Okay. Well, let's see. Boris, any other parting thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm working right now.
You know what? We're through this again because it's like I said, we can't see anyone right now. We're voluntarily quarantining.
Exactly.
So.
Well, except for the people that aren't on the show right now, like Robbie and Harriet and Mike, and so what are they out doing?
Well, let's see. I know. Just a thought.
That's what they do every week.
Yeah, it's true. There's really nothing new about that. So, all right. So, in conclusion, you know what? You know what's going on right now as far as the whole health situation. Spooky Empire is still on as scheduled. But keep your eye on it. In the meantime, go to the Facebook page, look at all the links from the vendors. If you can, please support some of our spooky vendors. Be really awful if they couldn't show up for the convention this year or for the next show because the times are now. So please, hook a brother or sister up with some get something nice. For a second.
I just got to jump in for a second. We always talk about spooky family and spooky fam, and we throw that word around a lot. But if you remember after Hurricane Matthew, how everyone came together to support Spooky, I would love to see the same sort of outpouring for in community right about now for the spooky vendors, Sideshow Sauces and Image Motor Productions and Deviant Dolls and all these great artists and all these great vendors. Check out their pages, give them some love, help them out, because it's like these are the heart and soul of Spooky Family. PD and Gina, we love them, and everything, but the vendors are, what keep us going back year after year. So, like I said, if you consider yourself Spooky Family, step up. Don't just say you are, prove it, and support some of these local vendors and artists.
Yeah. And like I said, stay tuned to our Facebook page. We may be very well doing a Quarantino-ween special in the not-too-distant future ourselves, which I guess would see. That's the 31st. That's in 3 days, so maybe we'll just see who's around, and we'll give you a quick little tour of what we're doing at our homes. And
Rob will be drinking pickle beer.
I will not be drinking pickle beer.
You will be drinking the pickle beer.
No, I don't want to drink pickle beer.
Yeah, he's gonna drink the spicy pickle beer.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, folks, there we go. Good seeing y'all, and take care of yourself. Please stay the hell at home if you can.
Sanitize, social distancing. Come on now. This is elementary shit.
And wash your butt, because
wash your ass.
That's just good advice.
Wash your ass.
Wash your balls.
Those
Please
two,
wash your balls.
if you have them. Oh wait, one last question from Al. Who sells the zombie garden gnomes for the garden? Anyone know off the top of their head?
I believe they left a link on that vendor thread. I know what he's talking about, and I can't. Name's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. Harriet would probably know off the top of her head.
Yeah,
But we will we'll look them up, and we'll give you the link.
Okay. Well, sorry, Alex. Yeah, just we'll share the link again on our Facebook page if we haven't already. So stay tuned for that, or just like I said, it's
link on the spooky page.
It's the very first link. They've got it pinned, as a matter of fact. So
Good.
Impossible to miss. All right, guys. On that, we actually are now. We're been saying goodbye for 10 minutes, but we're really saying goodbye now. So okay,
get the fuck out.
Go home and
Go
stay home. Night.
Bye.